Hey, what's up, guys? So, you guys know this had to happen. This is the TAGG Loop wireless speaker. This is the PORTRONICS sound drum. If you haven't seen my review of the PORTRONICS sound drum, you should watch it because I had only good things to say about this speaker, and this is a phenomenal speaker. This, on the other hand, is a new speaker from TAGG. It is similar in many aspects to the PORTRONICS sound drum, but also very, very different in a number of aspects. So we're going to compare them first, spec-wise, feature-wise, and ultimately I'm going to give you my verdict on which wins in terms of the primary concern, and that is the sound. Okay, so starting off with the specs, this is the TAGG Loop is a 16 watt speaker. So 2 units of 8 watt each, so 16 watt speaker, while the PORTRONICS sound drum is a 10 watt speaker. All right. Now, as for the TAGG Loop, it has got a metal grill on the front side and on the back side. All right. Now, this side houses the 2 speaker units, which produces most of the highs, the mids, and a good extent of the bass. While at the back, I suspect that the back has the passive bass radiators, but the only sound you get from the back is a faint bit of the bass and absolutely no mid and highs from the back. Majority, I would say 95% or 98% of the sound comes from the front. Coming to the PORTRONICS sound drum, it's got a 360-degree sound experience because it is a cylindrical speaker. So sound comes out equally from all sides. The top part is the bass radiator. All right, this houses the bass radiator, which does a lot of moving. So the bass resonates from the top. So regardless of where you're sitting around the speaker, you are going to get the same loudness and the same sound experience. With the TAGG Loop, if you're sitting on the side which has the TAGG logo, you're going to get the loudest sound experience for this speaker. If you're sitting at the back, you're going to miss out on a lot of the sound. So in terms of sound experience, loudness, the PORTRONICS wins because you get a 360-degree sound experience. It doesn't matter where you're sitting. The bass, the mid, and the high is equally distributed on all sides. For the TAGG Loop, you get the mid and the high, and I would say the bass as well, only from this side. But if you're sitting on the back of the speaker, if you're sitting, say, if you kept this on a table, some people are sitting on this side and some are sitting on this side. The people sitting in the front are going to get the best sound experience. People sitting at the back will have a very half-hearted sound and will not get the proper sound experience. So a win for the PORTRONICS right there. All right. 16 watt speaker, 10 watt speaker. This should be, in paper at least, much louder than the PORTRONICS sound drum, but being a 10 watt speaker, this is equal to this in terms of loudness, if not a tad bit louder. That's right, folks. The PORTRONICS sound drum, even though it is a 10 watt speaker, is a tad bit louder than the TAGG Loop, which is a 16 watt speaker. So it's got 6 watts extra than this. But I would say 90% of the time you would get the equal loudness from both of these at max volume. But sometimes this, to me at least, seemed just a tad bit louder. So win for the PORTRONICS sound drum again in terms of loudness. Let's come to the features. So both are feature rich, and I love these features in any Bluetooth speaker. Aux-in, USB port, micro SD card. Okay. As for this, you also get your aux-in, micro USB, and I have to give you my verdict on how this actually does charge my phone. I have not tried out whether this charges my phone because it does not state anywhere that this charges the phone. But we'll do a test. Right after the sound test, we'll try it out if this can also charge my phone. We'll try it out, don't worry. But as for features, USB, aux port and FM, USB, aux port and FM. So TAGG loop and Portronics sound drum, both in terms of features, both have USB, you can plug in your pen drives, both have aux input, so from external sound sources, you can play them just fine with the cable provided. Both of them have a cable provided, and both of them have FM radio. So tuning in is also easy, and reception is indoors. I found a few channels having a bit of disturbance for the TAGG loop. As for the Portronics sound drum, while it is not perfect, a few channels also did have a bit of disturbance, but in comparison, the Portronics sound drum does have better FM reception compared to the TAGG loop. All right, so another win for the Portronics sound drum right there. Now, as for the form factor, guys, I think this is just visibly there. This is a much bigger speaker. So this, I mean, both are completely different form factors. This is a cylindrical speaker, which is light and very easy to carry. This is a rectangular speaker, which is, I wouldn't say it's difficult to carry. Both are portable speakers, but I would prefer this to this for carrying. But one downside of the Portronics sound drum is that since the bass radiator is exposed at the top, any damage to this part will seriously harm its capability to produce bass. While for the TAGG loop, it's fully protected under these tough metal grill. Coming to the build, while the Portronics sound drum has an IPX5 water resistance and dust proofing, the TAGG loop has no such rating whatsoever. No certification of any waterproofing or dust proofing. So guys, a major win for the Portronics sound drum because this can take your splashes of water and be safe from dust in almost all situations. But for the TAGG loop, you cannot take it anywhere near water because that, without such a certification, it would seriously damage the speaker for good. So not waterproof or dust resistant, waterproof, water resistant to some extent, and dust proof. So another win for the Portronics sound drum right there. Let's come to the price. This comes at 2,300 bucks. I got it for 22.99 from Amazon. This comes at 1,800 bucks. All right, 1,800, 2,300. So a difference of 500 rupees. That's not a matter of joke, guys. And I will come to the main segment, which is the sound. Guys, ultimately, leaving aside the features, leaving aside its form factor, you ultimately get any speaker for its sound. I was so surprised when I compared these two side by side. I will give you a demo right now, but it obviously won't do justice to the justice I got when listening to these in real life, right in front of me, side by side. But guys, the Portronics sound drum, being a 10-watt speaker, well, being like, it's, I don't know, it's almost again like David versus Goliath right here. But the Portronics sound drum absolutely murdered and butchered the TAGG loop in terms of sound quality. That's right, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint anyone who was expecting a lot from the TAGG loop. This is by no means a bad speaker. If this is the speaker you got and you haven't heard this, you've got the budget for this, you'll like it. You might even love it. But in terms of the overall sound quality, the overall quality of the highs, the mids, and oh my god, guys, the bass. The bass on the Portronics sound drum absolutely overshadows and overpowers that of the TAGG loop. When I listen to this side by side and I'm playing the same song and switching from this speaker to this speaker, once I'm listening to the bass from the Portronics sound drum and switching to the TAGG loop, it's almost as if someone turned off the bass response of the TAGG loop. That big a difference in terms of the bass response. The bass is so, I mean, Let me make it clear. None of these distort at max volume, which is pretty good for both. But in terms of the bass, the Portronic sound drum absolutely overpowers this any day. If bass is what you want, if overall sound quality is obviously what matters, and the features are identical, on top of that, you have water resistance, and you've got what you're going for. You've got superior sound compared to the TAGG loop. So guys, in terms of sound, the Portronic sound drum is definitely far ahead and far better than the TAGG loop. I would choose this time and again, the Portronic sound drum over the TAGG loop. All right, that bigger difference in sound. Loudness almost equal. I would say equal. All right, I wouldn't say this is really louder than this, but I would have expected the TAGG loop being a 16-watt speaker to be louder, but like I said, wasn't any major difference. So the winner in my opinion, hands down, the Portronic sound drum. So yeah, job well done. So now it's time for the sound test. I'm going to turn these both on. Both of them notify you when it's in Bluetooth mode. This beeps when it's connected. This tells you that it's connected. And since I've already paired it with my phone, so it's going to automatically pair, hopefully. And yeah, let's do the sound test. So a flick of the switch here.
Bluetooth mode.
Okay, so it's connected as I can see. Now I'm going to switch on the Portronic sound drum.
Power on. Bluetooth mode. Device paired.
Okay, automatically paired. So guys, once you're paired with these devices, the next time you turn the device on and the Bluetooth is on, it's automatically going to pair. So there's nothing you need to do. So let me unlock the phone. And we are going to play this. All right, before we do, just one downside to the Portronic sound drum is that when this plays, because the bass response is so heavy and so good, the speaker does tend to move about. All right, the TAGG loop does not move about, it stays where it is, but the Portronic sound drum does vibrate a lot, so it tends to move about. But yeah, I mean, that's just a small gripe I have with that. Apart from that, nothing more to say. So I'm going to play my favorite track. It's the same track you do keep hearing, but I love this track. It's got a lot of bass, so let's get to it. The Portronic sound drum. So like I said, guys, this does move about, but the bass resonance on the Portronic sound drum is far superior to that of the TAGG loop. I am by no means stating that this is a bad speaker. This is a very, very good speaker. But in terms of the overall sound quality, the sound experience, the convenience of getting the complete sound experience from all sides, and the lesser price point and the IPX5 certification for water resistance, the Portronics does seem far superior to that of the TAGG Loop, especially considering that the sound drum, is 500 rupees less than the TAGG Loop. But guys, if I still had to tell you, I would choose this. But if you want to go for this, if you do not need that water resistance, if this is the form factor which you like, if you are happy with TAGG, if you've used their earphones and you're satisfied with them, this is by no means going to disappoint you. If you hear these two side by side, that is when you would definitely choose this. I'm not saying the bass response is absent on the TAGG. It's just much more prevalent and much more solid on the Portronics sound drum. Now that's my opinion, guys. Opinions vary. You guys can go for either. The links to both of these will be in the description below. But in my opinion, Portronics sound drum is the overall winner, especially when it's cheaper and gives you more of what you really crave for, and that is good sound. All right. But quickly, before we say goodbye, we have to check whether this does in fact charge this phone or not. So very quickly, we will check that out. All right, so I've got my micro USB cable. First, let me prove to you that this does in fact charge. So here is the cable. I'm just going to put it in right here. Okay. And now I'm going to plug it in with my phone. And it starts to charge. Okay, one thing I must state, as soon as I plug in the micro USB cable and start charging, the mode changes from Bluetooth mode automatically to FM mode. I don't know why it does that, but it's really annoying. But yes, it is charging my phone. As you can see, the red light is on. And yeah, it's charging, but slow charging, no fast charging available. So that is done. Now we are going to try the same thing with the sound drum. And guys, if this charges my phone as well, then I have enough good things to say about this, but this will just be an addition to that. Okay, let's just plug it in.
USB mode. FM radio mode. Bluetooth mode.
Okay, so both of
FM
these.
radio mode.
No. Okay. Strangely, both of these go to FM mode as soon as I start to use this as a power bank. And well, it is not charging right now, but it did start to charge. So I'm going to change the mode again.
Bluetooth mode.
It does start to charge.
Device paired.
And now it's charging. Okay.
FM radio mode.
So it's automatically going to FM radio. Lower the volume. So guys, although the Portronics sound drum, although it does start to charge, but because it is not meant to be used as a power bank, the mode keeps changing and it ultimately does not charge your phone. So I guess that's a win-win for the TAGG Loop right there. But it would have been amazing if the Portronics did charge, in fact. But unfortunately, no, you cannot use it as a power bank. But I think that's just asking too much from this little guy right there. It's proved enough. And quick stat, this has an 1800 milliamp battery, while this has a 2400 milliamp battery. So that's why you can use this as a power bank. You can charge your phone. And I haven't run out of charge from either of these, but I think this should outlast the Portronics sound drum. But I haven't really run out of charge, guys, because I don't constantly listen to these speakers. I use it, say, an hour max at a stretch and not at full volume, maybe at 70 to 80% volume. So that does extend the battery life. Anyway, it's been a long and I hopefully a good comparison between these two guys. In my opinion, this is the winner, but this is also a very good speaker. Up to you what you guys want to get. Let me know what other comparisons you want. A comparison between the TAGG Loop and the Boatstone 700 is coming up, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to PRcast 9 if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.